The islands of Antigua and Barbuda were once home to the indigenous Arawaks and Caribs. These communities lived in harmony with nature. They fished in the clear waters and cultivated the fertile land. Life was about survival. Resources were shared and their way of life was sustainable. These early inhabitants were skilled craftspeople. They created pottery and woven goods. Their intricate carvings told stories of their history and beliefs. Theirs was a rich culture, deeply connected to the land and sea. Their peaceful existence was shattered with the arrival of European explorers in the late 15th century. The arrival of the Europeans in the 17th century marked a significant turning point in the history of the Caribbean. This era brought profound changes to the region, altering its social, economic, and cultural landscape forever. The British established a permanent settlement on Antigua in 1632, driven by the promise of new opportunities and wealth. They quickly recognized the economic potential of the fertile land, which was ideal for agriculture. Sugarcane, a highly valuable cash crop, thrived in the Caribbean climate, making it the perfect choice for large-scale cultivation. As a result, plantations sprung up across the islands, transforming the landscape and the economy. To fuel this burgeoning industry, the Europeans resorted to a horrific system slavery, which would have devastating consequences. Africans were forcibly transported across the Atlantic in brutal conditions, torn from their homelands and families. Once in the Caribbean, they were forced to work in brutal conditions on the sugar plantations, enduring unimaginable hardships. Their relentless labor enriched the European colonists, leading to immense wealth and prosperity for the settlers. The sugar industry boomed, becoming the backbone of the colonial economy. Antigua, in particular, became known as the Sugar Island, a testament to its central role in sugar production. Wealth flowed back to Europe, fueling further expansion and development. However, the true cost of this prosperity was hidden beneath the surface, masked by the glittering facade of wealth. The inhumane treatment of enslaved Africans left a dark stain on the island's history, a legacy of suffering and injustice that cannot be forgotten. For over a century, sugar dominated the landscape and the economy of Antigua and Barbuda. The islands were synonymous with sugar production, and the industry shaped every aspect of life here. Plantations stretched as far as the eye could see, covering vast expanses of land with rows upon rows of sugarcane. The sweet smell of molasses filled the air, a constant reminder of the industry's presence and its importance to the local economy. But this prosperity was built on the backs of enslaved people who toiled under brutal conditions to keep the industry thriving. The abolition of slavery in 1834 brought about a new era. It was a turning point that promised freedom and a new beginning for many. It was a momentous occasion, marking a victory for human rights and the end of a dark chapter in history. However, it also brought economic uncertainty. The system that had relied so heavily on forced labor was now in jeopardy. The plantation system, reliant on forced labor, was in turmoil. Workers left the fields, and the once thriving industry began to falter. The sugar industry, once the backbone of the economy, went into decline. Mills and plantations were abandoned, and the infrastructure began to crumble. Planters struggled to adapt to a free labor market. They faced challenges in finding workers and maintaining productivity. The once grand estates fell into disrepair, their former glory fading as the economic landscape shifted. The islands were at a crossroads, their economic future uncertain. The decline of the sugar industry left a void that would take years to fill, marking the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in Antigua and Barbuda's history. The end of slavery forced Antigua and Barbuda to confront its past and seek a new path. The road ahead was not easy. The islands were heavily reliant on sugar. Alternative sources of income were scarce. The transition was slow and challenging. Despite the difficulties, the people showed resilience. They turned to small-scale farming, fishing, and trade. New industries like cotton and salt production emerged. The road to recovery was paved with hard work and determination. This period also saw the rise of social and political movements. Workers, no longer willing to accept unfair conditions, began to organize. They demanded better wages, healthcare, and education. These movements laid the groundwork for the fight for independence. Section 5. The Dawn of Tourism. Amidst the economic struggles, a new opportunity emerged: tourism. The island's natural beauty, with their pristine beaches and crystal-clear waters, began to attract visitors. It was the start of a transformation that would reshape the nation. At first, tourism was a trickle. Small guest houses and local eateries catered to adventurous travelers. The government recognized the potential and invested in infrastructure. Airports were expanded and roads were improved. The tourism industry blossomed. Luxury resorts sprung up along the coastline. Cruise ships began to make regular stops. Antigua and Barbuda were quickly becoming a sought-after destination, offering a taste of paradise to travelers from around the world. Section 6. Independence and Beyond. The year 1981 marked a pivotal moment in the history of Antigua and Barbuda. After centuries of colonial rule, the nation finally gained its independence. It was a time of great pride and hope for the future. The newly independent nation faced the challenges of building a sustainable economy. Tourism, now a major industry, played a crucial role. The government implemented policies to encourage investment and diversify the sector. The focus shifted to developing a more sustainable approach to tourism. Efforts were made to preserve the natural environment and cultural heritage. The goal was to create a balance between economic growth and environmental protection. Section 7. Riding the waves of tourism. Tourism became the engine of economic growth for Antigua and Barbuda. The industry created jobs and generated revenue. Hotels, restaurants, and tour operators flourished. The islands were firmly on the map as a premier tourist destination. The growth of tourism had a ripple effect on other sectors. Construction boomed as new hotels and resorts were built. Transportation services expanded to meet the needs of travelers. The economy was thriving. However, this reliance on tourism also brought challenges. The industry is vulnerable to external factors such as global economic downturns and natural disasters. The need to diversify the economy remained a key concern. Section 8. Facing the challenges. Despite its economic progress, Antigua and Barbuda faced a number of challenges. Natural disasters, a constant threat in the Caribbean, posed a significant risk. Hurricanes could cause widespread damage, disrupting tourism and impacting livelihoods. The global financial crisis of 2008 sent shockwaves through the global economy. Antigua and Barbuda, heavily reliant on tourism, felt the impact. Tourist arrivals plummeted and the economy contracted. The COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 brought unprecedented challenges. Travel restrictions brought the tourism industry to a standstill. The economy contracted sharply, highlighting the vulnerability of a tourism-dependent model. Section 9. Looking towards the future. Antigua and Barbuda has weathered many storms, both literally and metaphorically. The islands have faced numerous hurricanes, each one testing the resilience and spirit of the people. Yet time and again, the community has come together to rebuild and recover. The islands have shown remarkable resilience in the face of adversity. This resilience is not just about physical rebuilding, but also about the strength of the community and their unwavering spirit. As they look to the future, diversification and sustainability are key priorities. Modern infrastructure projects are being developed, and sustainable farming practices are being adopted to ensure long-term growth and stability. The government is actively pursuing initiatives to reduce reliance on tourism. By focusing on economic diversification, they aim to create a more resilient economy that can withstand global uncertainties. Investment in renewable energy, such as solar power, is reducing dependence on fossil fuels. Wind turbines and solar farms are becoming more common, showcasing the island's commitment to a greener future. The development of a blue economy focused on sustainable use of ocean resources is creating new opportunities. This includes sustainable fishing practices and marine conservation efforts that protect the rich biodiversity of the surrounding waters. The journey of Antigua and Barbuda is a testament to the human spirit. From the early days of indigenous communities to the diverse families that call these islands home today, the story is one of perseverance and unity. From the indigenous communities who first called these islands home to the modern nation navigating the challenges of globalization, the history is rich and varied. Each era has contributed to the unique cultural tapestry of the islands. The people have shown an unwavering ability to adapt and overcome. Cultural festivals and community gatherings are a testament to their enduring spirit and vibrant culture. The future holds both challenges and opportunities. Education and business development are key areas of focus, ensuring that the next generation is well equipped to lead the nation forward. But one thing is certain: the spirit of Antigua and Barbuda will continue to shine brightly. The sunsets over Antigua are a daily reminder of the beauty and resilience of this remarkable nation.